friends, I am back. I'm here to start another vlog. So I'm going to love you all at the end of the week. I'm going to love you all on Friday because I have a spring break, but like a winter break, but like the weekend before it worked out to be love you all. And I have a luggage packed of books that I have not read. I've only read one in my luggage, which is embarrassing. I thought this was going to be more of a book signing and not a book, or like for arc hunting, but it is going to be a little bit of arc hunting. So I wanted to like bring a smaller amount of books in case that is the case. But yes, I have a spinner wheel of all the books that I am bringing or interested in buying when I'm there. I have some audiobooks on there. I have some physical books. I really want to be listening to an audiobook and reading a physical books this weekend because I do get a lot more reading done during the week. So yeah, I'm going to spin the wheel, hope for 2 books that I can listen to and physically read. And if not, we will just make it work. So I will be back with my spinner wheel. So I'm going to hope that I get 2 books that I could read. There are some options, so. Okay, this is good. So I have a book by Alexandra Bassi. She's like a historical romance author. So I have Ladies in Hating on my TBR. I actually just got the audiobook. So that is perfect because that means that will be my audiobook tomorrow. I am supposed to go get my nails done tomorrow because they are a hot mess express and I need to get them done. So I am going to have an audiobook. I will attach a photo of that book here. Having said it's really, really cold, so if I want to diamond painting during the week, I will also have this. So, but I should, you know, I'm not going to say it. I could make a pretty big dent in this. So, that is the plan for that. Now we're going to roll and hope that I get a physical book. I have a lot more physical options on here, to be honest. Okay, Rebecca Ross. I am nervous about this book. I am. Alright, let me go unpack it from my bag and see how I feel. Alright, let me go get it. Well, the reason I said I'm a little bit hesitant about this book is I read Divine Rivals and I physically read it and I was super bored. And I said I was going to go back and I was going to read Ruthless Vows and I never did. But this is supposed to be the fantastical version of that story. Of the gods first introduced. True love is more divine than any ruthless god. And I do not know. So I have no idea what this book's about. But I am willing to give it a shot. I do want to get better at reading my books. And this is one that, you know, I have had for a while. I'm a little bit nervous about it. So I am a little bit hesitant, but I do want to read like, you know, like about, I want to read maybe like the first like, you know, 80, maybe the first 100 pages and give you guys like my thoughts because I don't know. I'm a little bit hesitant. What I'm probably going to do in books that I'm hesitant with, I'll probably read like the first like 64 pages and just see how I'm feeling. But I have like books by this author before and I just maybe think it was like a formatting. Like I should have probably listened to that book and I didn't. So I don't know. Alright, I'm going to give this book a shot and worst comes to worst, I don't bring it to get it signed. But I do want to know if I should bring it. Alright, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye, book friends. Dragons, I am back. I think for today, because I do have a little bit of time and it's really, really cold, I think I'm going to focus on Wild Reverence. I did get the audio on Spotify, but I'm probably not going to be able to finish this book via Spotify, so I'm going to kind of do a tandem read, which I am liking. It did start in like the past when this girl named Mathilde was like very, very young, and you kind of see her as she's kind of uncovering her path in the world. She is like kind of a unique, she has basically the way this world is set up, you have like a mortal world, an underling, and the thing, and her father and her mother are from 2 different worlds, and she is basically going into the dreams of this mortal boy, and that's where we are. And they were really, really close. They used to go into the dreams, they protected each other, and then they kind of were separated after something that happened. So I'm on about 100 page 35. I am liking it. And I did listen to a bunch of it when I was getting my nails done, so I am going to keep reading this if I feel like I'm struggling and I'm like the pacing is a little bit off, which is what I felt like with Rebecca Ross's YA book. Like I just couldn't feel connected to the characters. I will go back to the audio. It's the Olympics have also started, and I'm also trying to catch up on my ice skating and a couple of other things. So I think I'm going to try to get up to page 200, because I just read page 130, and I just want to see like how far I can get today, because I am liking it. But I have had books that I have liked, but basically now these two characters are kind of in different plot lines. Like that's where we are, but we haven't seen Vincent yet, and that's the male mean, and she has gone back to where she grew up, and she is kind of facing all the pasts that kind of led her to be taken away. So that is where we are. I had someone say that when they were reading this, they felt it was like too similar to Greek mythology, but wasn't using Greek myths as the basis, and I'm not feeling that yet. But I do like that we do have a past history of these characters. Not really romantic, but more friendship, and there might be some bitterness between them because they were separated. So yeah, I'm going to go back to reading this again. I want to read another like 200 pages and just see how I'm feeling. And if I feel like this might become an audiobook, I will just switch over, but I'm not there yet. My next audiobook I'm going to listen to during the week is going to be Ladies in Hating. I listened to like 10% of that. I thought it was very, very fun, but this book is chunky. And if I want to read a bunch of these books, then I want to do that before I go to Georgia. So I will, and this is also a Matt Kelly book. So I'm going to go read 100 more pages, and then I will give you an update. Bye, book friends. Hey dragons, I am back. I just want to do a quick update. I did wind up getting up to page 200 in Wild Reverence. I am enjoying this book a lot more than I did Divine Rivals. It is a fun read. It's very, very God-focused, which was sort of what I was missing in Divine Rivals. I felt like the gods and the politics were very, very backstage. I like this romance because it is sort of like a childhood friends to more, in a sense. And then you have the future where these characters are kind of interacting. There is a marriage of convenience. There is a lot of plot and characters in this story, but I find myself reading it like rather quickly. I did listen to a bunch of the audiobook, but honestly, it is just too cold right now for me to go anywhere. So my goal is to read up to part 3 and give you like another update. I am pleasantly surprised by this book because I really struggled with Divine Rivals. I like the characters. I like the world building. It is a little bit quick paced, and I feel like sometimes like the specifics of the world are not as clear to me. They're clearer than in Divine Rivals, which I will say. So yeah, my goal is, it's like 3 o'clock. I'm gonna try to read another 100 pages and get up to Act 4 in this book, or Part 4, and then kind of see time-wise where I am at. I am enjoying it. I hope the enjoyment continues and I feel a little bit more engaged in the story because I am reading it pretty quickly. But yeah, I'm having a fun time. I'm happy I picked this up. Right now, this is, I don't know. Right now, I'm definitely going to bring this with me to Georgia and get it signed if I can meet her. She is exceptionally popular. I was going to go try to find her other book, Fire Endless, but there's so much snow outside. I do not want to traipse outside and try to find it. So, and frigid. So I think I'm just going to keep reading this. I'm going to go read 100 more pages and then I will give you an update. My audiobook has been of this, so if whenever I'm like stop reading and I do a little bit of audiobook, it's probably going to be this book because it's so long on Spotify. I will probably not get through the hours. So yeah, I'm going to go back to reading this and when I will have another update for you. I'm enjoying it. I'm liking it. Do I think it's going to be a new favorite? No, but I'm having a fun time with it, so I'm going to keep reading. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye, book friends. Book dragons. So I guess I'm happy I did this because I think I'm gonna pause reading this. I do still have the audiobook on Spotify, so I think I'm just gonna kind of read it through that and see how I feel and if my hours expire before I'm done. Like I read about 50% of it physically. I just am not feeling her writing. Unfortunately, I kind of liked her standalone Greek mythology book a little bit bigger, but like I also really struggle with war books, and that's what this is becoming. I don't think it's a Laura book, and I'm sad to say that, but I do have this. I wish I could find my copy of Fire Endless because I like that series a lot more from Rebecca Ross, but I don't know where my book is. So I'm gonna kind of take the week and see if I do want to take this with me. I am still gonna read it. I'm gonna have it on in the background like as I'm doing stuff, especially because the first half of the week is always a little bit busy and I could probably make my way through this audiobook. But I'm just, and if I have to buy a credit, if I'm liking it at the end, I probably will, but it's just not capturing my attention. So, and I have been reading all day because I have been watching figure skating. So maybe this is not like a binge-worthy book, but that's sort of what I need. I will say I did like this better than I did Divine Rivals, but like I'm still struggling with the connection to the characters. So, I also did find my book, On Wings of Blood, by Briar Bolin. So if this comes up again, I might try to give this book a shot just to see if I do want to read it. And I still do have my Alexandra Vassie book that I haven't like got to yet. It's an audiobook, so I might just put that on pause. So I'm going to see what gets chosen. Hopefully it's a physical book. Okay, Alexandra Vassie, I'm just going to hide her right now because I do have, she's going to be the next audiobook I listen to. But I do want to like have another one. Sorry about that. I should have hit her. I'm like already reading it, but I just didn't think to do that. Okay. Ooh, The Ocean Apart. Okay, this is a YA book. Should I go rogue? Okay, pause. Friends, I'm going to We Love You All on next Friday. And I have a lot of books that I have not read. And I've been struggling to pick up books that I think I'm going to love. So I had a spinner wheel and I just want to read what I want to read. So let's recap. I am currently, for this vlog, I am currently reading Wild Reverence by Rebecca Ross. If I do wind up keeping reading this in the background, I will kind of add the other clips in. But I don't know what I physically want to read. So I think I'm going to pick up something that I should have read like a long time ago. So let me go get that. I do have a spinner wheel if I do feel like a little bit like lack focus towards the end of this. But let me go get the book that I should be reading. So I should be reading Princess Knight by Kate Jacobs because I know her. She's one of my bookish friends that I met so many years ago, and she finally wrote a book, and I have had this arc since August. She was so kind. She gave me a physical copy, and she's going to the Love You All signing, and I really want to like meet her again and have read her book. So I am nervous to read this. I'm very, very nervous because I want to love it so much, and I'm just nervous. But I'm not nervous in a bad way. I'm just nervous. So I am going to start this again. This is the book I should be reading. This is what I want to read. So I'm going to read this. And I would love to give you guys like an honest review. And hopefully at the end, if I can find my camera, I will bring my camera and I will show you me meeting her now that I read her book. So yeah, I'm going to start this one. And I just need something that's fun. And I just need something, and I literally put this book down like 6 times. And this book that I was just reading really lacked plot, a little bit of it, and I didn't feel as connected to the characters, which is why I'm going to give the audiobook a shot. And if I keep listening to the audio, you guys will see that book first, because I still am technically reading it. I don't even know if I'm going to bring it to Love You All at this point, because I'm not enjoying it as much, but I'm going to pick this book up. All right, my goal is to get up to page 100 in this book. That will be a goal. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to chit chat with you. So yeah, wish me luck. I'll be back. Bye, friends. Book Dragons, I do have a few updates. At this point, I have about an hour left in Wild Reverence. This is not a Laura book, I will say that. I don't think Rebecca Ross's adult writing, or maybe the writing in this world, this goddish, war-faced world, is really working for me. I really struggle with Divine Rivals. I have liked her other books, but I'm just like, honestly, like I'm just reading it because it's such a big, chunky book, and I am so far in, I feel bad DNFing it because then I don't get the points on my spreadsheet. So I'm just going to passively listen to it, and I'll probably finish this early next week. I'm definitely not going to bring this with me to get signed because I don't really want to keep this book, but I cannot find my Fire Endless book that I really did want to get her signed. I'm hoping that maybe they have copies there. Maybe I could buy one if I happen to be in the airport and I see it, because I will have a few airport runs before I get to her or see her. So yeah, this one is only going to be like a 3-star read. I probably should stop listening to it, but at this point I'm like so far deep into this book that I just have to finish it. However, I did start reading The Princess Knight by Kate Jacob, and I'm really liking this book. I also did decide last night to rewatch Legally Blonde, which is one of my favorite like feel-good movies. I love it. So this is kind of Legally Blonde, but like with like a twist. So basically you have a princess, and she is kind of set up to be in an arranged marriage, and the guy comes, and the guy tells her, look, I can't marry you. We're on the brink of war. I don't think you're, you know, like war-minded. I don't think you'll make a good leader with me. I don't think my people will like respect you. And she is annoyed, and she really wants to prove that she can do that. So she knows that this prince is going to this war academy, and she decides to go there as well to kind of prove him wrong. And that's where we are. I'm really liking this. So fun. There's like a little animal companion. We do have the bodyguard of the prince is also there. He is the other point of view character as well. We have a lot of Legally Blonde tie-ins, and I'm just having such a fun time with this book. Like, I want to keep reading, and it's just capturing my attention. So yeah, I am going to try to read another 100 pages and give you guys an update. If I do wind up doing any more listening, if the puppy wants to go outside, I will probably, it's just really, really cold and I don't really want to do anything, but I will have a potential shot at finishing this. And then if I finish this, I'm probably going to pick up Alexandra Bassi tomorrow and try to listen to a couple of more of those books for this vlog. And I also have to figure out where my camera is. So that is my plan to take with me. So yeah, let me know. So yeah, that is what I'm doing. I'm really happy that I finally picked this book up because I've had it for so long, and I would love to meet her and actually say I read her book, because it's a joke. I say, oh, I'm gonna read your book, and then I don't do it, but she'll be surprised because I'm actually reading it. So I will talk to you guys when I have an update for you. Bye. The chickens, I am back. I just wanted to do a quick update. I did wind up finishing Wild Reverence by Rebecca Ross. I'm going to give this book 3 stars. I think I need to wait for Rebecca Ross to write something in another world, because all of the books in this series that I have read, I have just not liked, and I think it's just this world that's not working with me. But I've liked her writing in the past. She wrote one of my favorite books, her standalone book. So I don't know, maybe it's just this world that's not working for me, but I just feel so disconnected from the characters. And this is a chunky book. I listened to the last percent of this book on audio as I was running errands today, and I feel like I probably should have DNF'd. I don't have a lot to say about this, but it's not a new favorite. So this is the book that I finished. I guess it's good I read it, because I'm definitely not going to take this with me to get it signed in Georgia. If her line is not too long and she has copies of Fire Endless, maybe if my travels, if I can buy a copy, I may get that signed. I just do not know where my copy is, and it is way too cold to go out into the shed and try to find it. I didn't think that out. I really didn't, but that's okay. So this is a book that I finished, and I'm happy that I finished it. It's just not a book I'm going to take with me to Georgia to get signed. And then I also read to page 200 in The Princess Knight, and I'm loving this book. This book is so fun, and it's just like a fun time, but there is a plot. There is vibes. So basically you have a character who basically was told by her boyfriend that she's not smart enough. He can't marry her because of that, very, very legally blonde coded. And then she winds up going to this military academy to kind of get close to her boyfriend, or the guy she likes, and she winds up getting closer to his bodyguard. And I'm having a fun time with it. I just want to keep reading. It is a very, very quick-paced book, but one that the characters are good. I'm tabbing it because the quotes are just so meaningful. I'm also, in my personal life, I just have a lot of work drama, so this book is making me feel heard, in a sense, about, people not believing in her, not seeing her as a worthy, in her career, and stuff like that, and I'm just feeling the vibes right now. So I am about 200 pages into this. I'm also watching the Olympics, but nothing is on right now that's capturing my attention. So I'm trying to watch something, but I really only want to watch the Olympics, but then nothing I on is so I'm having a little bit of a TV moment. And I know that when I come back from my break next week, I'll be able to watch the Olympics for a week, which is going to be great. So that's really, really exciting. I also think I'm going to try to pick up Ladies in Hating by Alexandra Bassi. I will attach a photo of that book here. Author that is going to be in Georgia, and I don't have any physical copies of her books, but I have 3 audio copies, and I may just download another one if I decide that I really do like her writing. But I have read 2% of this book, so if I wind up getting any listening done at work tomorrow, I'll give you guys an update when I get home, and I hope by then I should have at least read 100 more pages of this. So yeah, that is where we are. I always say that Monday is my most complicated day at work because it's just busier and we're also heading into a break. The good news is I think that most of my lesson planning is done, which is good. It's just going to be busy because we're going to have a lot of stuff this week that is not really teaching. And then I'm leaving early to go to Georgia. So I did find my camera, which is good. That means I can take you guys along and I can vlog. I'm meeting up with a couple of my friends actually, which I kind of just need a reset. So that'll be nice. Then we have next week off, which I think I definitely do need. It's been a bit. So we need that in our lives. So yeah, I will come back tomorrow hopefully and I will give you an update, but I really hope to keep reading this tonight. It is also technically the Super Bowl, but I have no interest in the Super Bowl, to be very honest. So I might just read this in the background of whatever I'm watching. I'm also a little bit behind on booktube videos. So yeah, that is the plan. And I don't want to fall too far behind because I won't be here next week to watch. So I'll talk to you guys soon when I have an update, but I'm really, really liking this. I'm so happy I'm reading this. This book is making my heart happy. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye. Hi, Book Dragons. I'm going to wrap up this vlog because it was longer than I thought. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. You want to see my full thoughts on this night and the rest of the event. Be sure to check out my next video because it's going to be the next, my update of the event and all of that fun stuff. But because I was filming this vlog so out of order, it became a little bit of another weird vlog for y'all. So I hope you guys will watch the next part. I'll have my haul. I'll talk about the books I'm reading, and then we'll do some more vlogs. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye, my friends.